The sound-alike technique, also known as the word substitution method, is one of my favorite memory techniques because it is so simple, but at the same time, so powerful and versatile. It is the most appropriate technique for learning new words, regardless of whether they are difficult words in your native language or foreign words with which you aren't familiar. Unfamiliar words, like the Latin names and terms that you so frequently come across in subjects like biology, medical sciences, law, the names of places you have to remember in geography, foreign language words, and so on, do offer a lot of difficulties when you try to memorize them. But why is it so difficult to remember these strange words? Because they do not have a meaning for your brain when you read or hear them. If you hear a known word such as corn, your mind creates the image of a corn. This mental image helps you in remembering the word without any difficulty. But in the case of an unknown word or a foreign language word, like the Latin name of corn, zea mays, there is no previous mental image, so you have to decide in advance what the mental image should look like. Therefore, you will need a simple trick to memorize them more easily. Before making mental images of the words for which you do not have a meaning, you should first create a sound-alike substitute for the word. This is a familiar word that sounds similar to the difficult word you want to remember. For example, you can remember the Latin name of corn, zea mays, by using the sound-alike, Siamese. If some of your associations produce words that don't quite match the correct pronunciation of the word, don't worry. Concentrate on the phonetic sound of a new word rather than how it is spelt. Just focus on the triggers that will remind you of the difficult word and leave the pronunciation details for later. Also, your sound-alike mnemonic doesn't need to include all the sounds of the word you want to memorize. Usually, it's enough to remember the beginning of words, and your brain will fill in the rest. For longer words, you may have to split them into 2 or more convenient parts, create sound-alikes to each part, and then associate them with individual images. To show you how the sound-alike technique works, let's view some examples. How to remember definitions of unfamiliar words. The word ballonophobia means an irrational fear of needles and pins, usually resulting in abnormal behavior and anxiety. The word comes from the Greek words bellon, meaning needle, and phobia, meaning fear. For the word bellon, we can easily find a sound-alike substitute in English, balloon, while the word phobia is synonymous with the word fear. The fear of needles, ballonophobia, can be remembered by the sentence, "The balloon is afraid of needles." Similarly, the word claustrophobia, the fear of being enclosed in a small space, can be remembered by the sentence, "Santa Claus is afraid of tight chimneys." How to learn new words from a foreign language. Learning the vocabulary of a foreign language can be fun if you apply your ability for creative word associations. If a new word resembles a word in your native language, create a mental image association between the native word and the new word. For example, the Spanish word onda means wave. You can associate it with the sound-alike Honda. The French word tromper means to cheat. You can associate it with the English word trumpet and a liar, Pinocchio. In this way, you can learn any new word by using your current existing knowledge as foundations. How to remember people's names using the sound-alike method. Memorizing names is a general problem of our memory because names are abstract concepts and difficult to visualize for our brains. The solution is to transform the name, ever since you first heard it, into a concrete and memorable image. If you meet a person whose name has no meaning for you, the sound-alike method is perfect to memorize its name by breaking it down into a substitute word or idea. For example, if you meet Mr. Baldwin, you might think of a bald twin. In the same way, Bill could become a dollar bill, and Jane might become a chain. Just use the associations that come into your brain naturally. These are the ones your memory will find easiest to recall. Applications of the sound-alike method. The sound-alike method is the most effective memory technique to learn difficult words in your native language or a foreign language, people's names, botanical, geographical, or other scientific names. Starting from the next lesson, I will begin presenting the advanced techniques used by the memory athletes to memorize long numbers And the first of these will be a very old, but at the same time, an extremely efficient technique known as the major system. See you there.